Module 31, Actual Size Composition Indoor. Eminent artist and painter Georges Barak has rightly said, the starting point of a picture for any painter is a matter of colors and forms. I believe that the poetry of art, if that is what one may call it, is a matter of animating these forms and colors. In this module, we try to make the actual size mural composition for indoors, enlarging the mural design we had attempted in an earlier module. First of all, the length and breadth of the small mural design is taken and marked on a page. Then, with the help of my assistant, I start marking the measurements in large scale on a flat ground surface using measuring tape, large, and chalk. All dimensions of the earlier original mural design drawn on paper are enlarged number of times on the ground. One can multiply the length and breadth of the original dimensions to create actual size large mural composition suitable as per the availability of space indoors where the mural has to be installed. The center of the top side of the mural is measured and marked with a steel foot ruler and measuring tape. As the top motif is in circular shape, center of the circle is marked by measuring the radius, and then from the center of the circle I draw a circle in chalk. According to eminent Swiss architect, painter, and artist Max Bill, I endeavor to make a picture, for instance, exert a positive influence on the observer by its coloring mood and compositional idea, encouraging, say, activation, tranquilization, concentration, or harmony. According to eminent British author and speaker Ken Robinson, creativity is putting your imagination to work, and it's produced the most extraordinary results in human culture. I joined the rest of the area on the outer side of the circle on both sides. Now we have a rectangular shape on top of which is a circular shape. Now the shape of a broken surface is drawn near the bottom line as per the design in original mural composition. I have already enlarged the upper roundish shapes on a plywood and have painted them. I place them on the ground and mark their outlines with the help of a chalk stick. After marking their shapes, I lift them up and keep them aside. Then the actual drawing on paper is measured with the help of the measuring tape, and I use this dimension to mark horizontal lines first, and then I mark the vertical lines to make squares in the remaining area of the mural. These squares are equal to the size of various mural tiles we have created earlier. According to Canadian journalist, author, and speaker Malcolm Gladwell, the visionary starts with a clean sheet of paper and reimagines the world. All lines are systematically drawn and joined after proper measurement and marking. The size of the square should not vary, and each side should be equal to form a perfect square. For this, careful marking is essential with the help of a measuring tape. This process takes a considerable amount of time, as wrong marking and measurements will spoil and distort the actual design. Unless the mural has been properly proportioned and enlarged, there is a chance of confusion which will affect the shape of the mural design. To join lines, one should use a long flat aluminium strip of 2-inch thickness. This limits the chance of lines tilting up or down. I place a long flat aluminium strip with the help of my assistant, joining both points horizontally first. Now the same procedure is followed for drawing vertical lines. According to American poet and philosopher Henry David Thoreau, This world is but a canvas to our imagination. Long flat aluminium strip should be held under the foot so that it does not move while marking the lines. According to eminent Dutch artist Piet Mondrian, the only problem in art is to achieve a balance between subjective and objective. Join each point of measurement correctly. According to eminent American realist painter and printmaker Edward Hopper, no amount of skillful imagination can replace the essential element of imagination. On these squares, I mark the curvy lines, each are in the original mural design. According to eminent American naturalist, author, and philosopher John Muir, the power of the imagination makes us infinite. I check that each curvy line crosses through a particular square as it is done in the enlarging process. According to eminent American author Napoleon Hill, first comes thought, then organization of that thought into ideas and plans, then transformation of those plans into reality. The beginning, as you will observe, is in your imagination. Up and down signs are marked on the squares. Some curvy lines come down while others are raised. According to legendary Italian painter Leonardo da Vinci, the painter has the universe in his mind and hands. Time and again observing and judging the design, I keep on correcting the actual shapes of the curvy lines. The area which has to be left is marked proportionately near the right side and bottom line of the mural. Enlarging exercise needs expertise and experience and can be practiced on paper for achieving the required skill. Any wrong lines can be rubbed with the wet cloth. According to renowned Polish sculptor and fiber artist Magdalena Abeknowicz, art will remain the most astonishing activity of mankind born out of struggle between wisdom and madness, between dream and reality in our mind. Now a plywood is measured and cut as per the enlarged design on floor and then placed on the chalk drawing in correct position. The portion of the plywood sheet which is not required is marked with chalk and cut. According to renowned American author and scholar Phil Causenio, inspiration comes and goes. Creativity is the result of practice. Large flat aluminum strip is very helpful in marking the lines joining both points on left and right side of the plywood as per the points marked on the floor. According to legendary Italian painter Leonardo da Vinci, painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt. The poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. This makes the job of marking very easy, and a lot of time is saved and also eliminates the chances of wrong marking on the plywood. Each point is measured and marked with the measuring tape horizontally first. An eminent American artist and educator, Coretta Kent, has rightly said, creativity belongs to the artist in each of us. To create means to relate. The root meaning of the word art is to fit together. And we all do this every day. Not all of us are painters, but we are all artists. Each time we fit things together, we are creating, whether it is to make a loaf of bread, a child a day. Now vertical lines are drawn to make perfect squares with the help of long flat aluminium strip. According to renowned Canadian writer and founder of Creativity at Work, Linda Nyman, art making has an alchemical effect on the imagination. It awakens the senses and sharpens insights, teaching us to think in symbols, metaphors, and to decode complexity so we can perceive the world in new ways. According to renowned Canadian writer and founder of Creativity at Work, Linda Nyman, art provides an opportunity for kaleidoscopic thinking. Each time we shift the lens of our perceptions, we gain perspectives and new opportunities for innovation. Now I again place the painted plywood cutout shapes with the help of my students and draw the curvy outlines. An eminent British playwright, novelist, and story writer, W. Somerset Maugham, has rightly said, imagination grows by exercise, and contrary to common belief, is more powerful in the mature than in the young. The marking process should not be attempted haphazardly and quickly. All the remaining squares are drawn with the long flat aluminium strip.